Please welcome Dave O'Neill.
Wow.
Good to see you, Dave.
Good. You guys are so dressed up. I look like I'm delivering something.
Where is it?
Where is it? It's outside. I got a few boxes for you. I want to sign the thing. But I like Peter Dutton was great, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you remember when he wanted to be Prime Minister? Remember that? Yeah. That's like when you're in a band and the drummer turns up and he says, "I've written some songs, guys." Embarrassing.
So, Dave, that clip was from a while ago.
A few years ago, yeah.
How are you sleeping now?
I'm sleeping quite badly because I snore a lot. Shock. I snore a lot. So my wife sent me I had to get a test at the hospital. I had to sleep overnight in the hospital, and they put on 25 electrodes. There I am. I know. And then the doctor just says, and they'll just lie down and go to sleep. It was like 7:30 at night. I said, I haven't had my bedtime bong on my pack of twisties. I don't, that's a joke. I don't know.
He doesn't need twisties anymore.
But so you have to lie there, and I couldn't sleep. Like in a hospital at 7:30 at night. And so I tried everything. I do mean everything. I know it's family time, but I couldn't. And then the guy comes in at 1 in the morning. He goes, "You're not sleeping, are you?" And I said, "Can you tell by the electrodes?" He goes, "No, I'm watching you on the camera."
I mean, it's a sexy look. There's no doubt about that.
It is.
How's the wife and the kids reacted to it?
Well, you know, I wear a mask when I sleep. It's like my wife says, like sleeping with Darth Vader. There I am.
Oh, that is sexy.
Hello, ladies. I said it's more like you're sleeping with a fighter pilot like Top Gun. You know? She said, "Yeah, you are the goose." So, but as you can see, that's quite hard to get used to, like using that word. I couldn't get used to it. So I rang up the doctor and he said, "Look, just wear it around the house. You've got to wear it, wear it when you're watching TV, wear it when you're in the garden, take it to work, put it next to your desk, put it..." I said, "I'm a comedian." He goes, "Well, wear it when you're travelling, just put it on." So I was driving down the highway, I had it on, I fell asleep and crashed my car. At least it worked eventually.
You'd fall asleep because you are a very, very hard-working comedian. Like, the number of gigs you do. Have you done any weird gigs lately?
I've done a prison. I did a prison.
You know what?
I did a prison. Well, my dad was in there. And, hey, Kev, if you're watching. And,
wearing the mask.
And no, I did I got asked to do it, and you volunteer your time. I'm not getting paid. Well, I got a carton of cigarettes, and I thought, why not? I did a low security, then a medium security, and like my partner's going, it's just because you've seen prison movies and shows. It's not like those TV shows, but it exactly was like a movie.
What was it like?
Well, there's just heaps of big dudes in singlets with tattoos with shaved heads, and there was one skinny guy with red hair and glasses, and I go, "Do you work in the library?" He's like, "Yeah, I do. How'd you know that?" I said, "Well, I've seen The Shawshank Redemption."
It's always when there's a concert on, that's when they like put the blanket over the projector and then they shiv somebody. Were you scared?
Well, that's interesting, because the guards in Australian prisons don't have guns. They've just got walkie-talkies.
Right.
So at one point, there was like 300 prisoners in the medium security laughing their heads off, and one guard just sitting there like looking bored at me. So if they decided to rush the stage, they could have, but they didn't because they loved me.
Right.
But I'm interested in the material, right? Like, how do you do relatable material to a group of
prisoners? Yeah. Well, and look, well, they really like the stuff where I had to go at cops, basically. I was doing material about, you know, wife and kids, and they're sort of like, yeah, we kind of miss them. So, and then you can't talk about mobile phones. They don't have mobile phones. They don't have computers. They watch TV though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they've got TV, so they knew me from Spicks and Specks and shows like this.
Right.
That you guys would be popular in prison.
So, Dave, would you rather be heckled by someone in the public or by a prisoner?
Oh, yeah, by a prisoner maybe. Except there was no stage, there's no microphone. It was just me and actually one of my friends. We won't name him. We'll just call him Hughesy. Said, "At any point, could have you been bashed or strangled?" I said, "Yeah." Afterwards, they came up and hugging me. Like they loved to see. Yeah, they're all hugging me. I'm thinking, oh, is this going to end up bad? But it was fine.
It's not your wallet.
You've got a podcast called Debrief, which is an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Talk us through what you're doing there.
Well, basically, I do a comedy gig, like in the prison. I drive home with the comic that I've done the gig with, and so I've had people
It's not
like...
always in the prison, though.
No, I'm not. I've done the prison. I've done it in prison once. So I've been on with yourself, Peter Hellier did it, of course. You're right here. Celia Piccola did it, Hughesy, etc. And yeah, we drive home from the gig and we just talk about the gig. and we have fun. Like we did the Collingwood Football Club together.
Yeah, we did a gig for the players last year, and yeah, we drove home.
There was a few crossovers from the prison gig, actually.
Comedians are too tight to pay for an Uber.
Yeah, I think it is.
He doesn't drink, so he's a good designated driver.
Yeah. But we did this Collingwood gig just for the players and the coach, and they paid us in a jumper, a signed jumper, which is good for you because you're a Collingwood supporter. But me, I took it to Cash Converters, and not any Cash Converters in Collingwood. And I said to the guy, put it in the window, let's see how much we get. He rang me 20 minutes later. He goes, the jumper's gone. And he goes, yeah, someone stole it.
You can catch Dave O'Neill and friends at the Fairfield Funhouse. All the details on our website. Please thank Dave O'Neill.